You, listening to this. This is Batman, so listen up. When I'm not fighting crime, I spend my free time listening to Jason, Eddie, and Kathryn doing Marks on commentary. And you know what's better than listening to this? Justice.
You better not shout. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Boogeyman is coming to town. I'm the Boogeyman, and I'm coming to get ya!
I think this is fake.
You can't say that. I can say that.
Wrestling's not fake!
It's still real to me, damn it!
The unscripted, uncensored, loose cannon of commentary. This ain't WCW. This ain't Monday Night Raw. This ain't SmackDown. This ain't even WWE.
Do I have everybody's attention now?
The recognized symbol of excellence in sports entertainment.
You're listening to Marks on Commentary.
You're listening to Marks on Commentary. I'm Eddie Brophy.
I'm Jason Smith.
I'm Kathryn.
And let us introduce a very special guest, Mr. Sean Springett. Hello.
Hello, everyone.
While Kathryn took an hour and a half to get her laptop.
Oh, it was 40 minutes.
Okay.
Stop complaining.
Now, the two of you, on three, can we welcome Lieutenant Kathryn? 1, 2, 3. Hello.
Hello, Brad.
Okay, so the worst thing is for the last 40 minutes, my microphone hasn't been working, but I have been listening to the three of them make fun of me. And it is, oh my god. I have heard every single thing you guys have said for the last 40 minutes. Some of which you will get punched for next time I see you.
New microphone. Magic microphone.
She's got a magic microphone.
It'll take her anywhere.
Oh
she
god.
Can speak into it and we can hear her.
Welcome to our Black Panther party.
Anyways. How about them Red Sox?
Go Red Sox.
Get it out of the way.
What are you, a bandwagon fan? You don't like Red Sox.
Did anyone happen to see the picture I posted earlier on Facebook?
I did.
Yes.
Made me chuckle.
The airplanes. Cardinals hate airplanes.
So none of our listeners can know what you're talking about.
I don't know what I'm talking about because I didn't watch the game.
No, but you're like, you know that thing on my private Facebook page?
None of you are friends with me on.
Well, you should friend me on Facebook. Well, all right.
Good.
Anyway, so going into the show now, we have our very special Mark friend, Sean. Sean, did you watch Raw on Monday?
I did.
Now,
before we even get to Raw, we need to discuss the pay-per-view, Eddie.
Oh, who cares about the pay-per-view? John Cena won a title after being out for, 2 months?
Yeah, but there were other important things that happened at that pay-per-view.
All right.
Am I the only one who liked Hell in a Cell?
Yeah.
It was okay.
Man.
In theory, I like it. In theory. It's like communism. In theory, I like it.
I want to like it, but I just didn't.
It's like transvestites, Kathryn. In theory, Jason likes them.
Fuck you.
See, now I thought I was going to hate it, and I ended up being pleasantly surprised.
Well, all right, let's be honest, and I tweeted this. HBK screwing over someone in a Triple H influence match. That's the equivalent of being shocked when John Cena wins the title after being injured.
Yeah. I mean, let me rephrase it. I ended up being surprised and delighted by all the other matches but the two that were supposed to be important.
All right.
Is that a better way to put it?
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I thought considering they seemed to have very little time to prep for it, I thought the pre-show match was pretty good.
Well, considering that at one point they had scrapped the match entirely, according to Dirt Sheet.
Yeah. But then, like, I okay, this is hard for me to say because you all know my feelings about the Usos, but I really liked the triple threat tag match. I thought the Usos added a certain energy that made it different and made it like you wanted to watch it. And then I thought, the Shield and then the Rhodes Brothers, like I thought it was just a great combination of things.
Now, Kathryn just admitted that she liked the Usos. Does that mean she has to give a listener something out of her closet?
I admitted in this one specific match, I enjoyed the Usos.
Now she is back to hating them.
I think you owe somebody a half-used stick of deodorant.
That's just grody. No, that's never happening.
Now, Sean, I have to ask you, as our guest tonight, did you actually watch the pay-per-view?
Bits and pieces of it. I kind of had it on as just background noise, look over occasionally. But I mean, I saw the quote unquote, as you'd call them, big matches, and I've grown to the point with pay-per-views now that, especially with the way they lead things up, because you would think that maybe they would try and pull a swerve, because lately everything, for me anyway, has seemed pretty predictable. And then, especially with the Shawn Michaels doing that thing to Daniel Bryan, because, they always were playing up this whole thing of, oh yeah, I'm just gonna let, a new champion happen, blah, blah, blah. And then it's just like, oh, well, he just super kicked him. That's not a surprise. I didn't see that coming at all. Yeah, okay. And the CM Punk, Ryback, Paul Heyman thing, I didn't like it. Kane's return. Kane's back. Yep. And now he has no mask.
How did you feel about the Miz getting molested again? He seems to have a problem.
That's just as bad. Anytime anything, like that, it makes me pine for the days of Heidenreich butt raping Michael Cole. So.
I don't know. I mean, I know you guys don't watch SmackDown, but on SmackDown, like, he was found shirtless, chained in a closet. So, I mean, it's pretty close.
I want to see that as much as I want to see him suck Jerry Lawler's toes. I'll put it that way.
Toes.
Now, I know there's like a fetish group out there. I am not part of it.
I don't want to know where this is going. Just keep talking about the pay-per-view.
There's not much to say. I mean, honestly, the pay-per-view, that was a 6-star pay-per-view, if I'm concerned. I mean, we've already discussed the Heyman, Ryback, CM Punk feud. It's done. It's been done for a while.
But I like where it's leading now. The combination of what happened at the pay-per-view with what happened Monday Night Raw, I think it's leading it in an interesting direction.
All right, well, I will say I'm more invested in Conan, in his Twitter feud with Curtis Axel than I am anything that happened at the pay-per-view.
Well, with the way the pay-per-view was, and then Monday night, it seemed like on Monday it was basically kind of doing they're just like rebooting everything in I guess in a way I could say, because the way they approached everything on Monday was as if, okay, and those feuds have worked their way out, they've kind of warmed their welcome, let's stop those tonight and then let's go on to something else, except for now we got like Stone Cold Big Show type of thing going on. It's like, come on.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the Big Show anymore.
Well, where was the Big Show at the pay-per-view? If he was going to come in and make it...
He was banned from the arena, Eddie. Banned.
Why?
But yet he could still show up the next night,
with the new T-shirt and theme song.
Yeah.
Why didn't he buy a ticket, Kathryn? Why didn't he buy a ticket?
It's the Big Show. He doesn't have to.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You knock everybody out to get in there.
And according to Main Event, he's now banned from WWE for life.
Whoa.
I just want to see him.
Why don't we get
on top of a casket just getting driven away.
No, seriously, why don't we get into that subject? People whose house has been foreclosed on not being able to attend WWE live events. Throwing that out there.
Maybe he's driving around the Lex Express and sleeping in it.
Oh man.
Overall, pay-per-view wise, not impressed. I mean, the preview.
I don't know. There were individual matches that I really liked. I liked Dean Ambrose versus Big E Langston. I mean, I thought I'm unhappy that Summer Rae went over Natalya, but I was really happy that they let her make her debut, and I was happy with the way that she performed. I thought, like, clearly Summer Rae has to be good because she's gone through NXT, but like I was pleasantly surprised by how good she looked in the ring and how well the matchup against Natalya went. I mean, she turned around and got her ass handed to her on Raw, but like I thought it was a good match for the two of them, and they mostly left the guys out of it, which was preferable.
I would rather stick to Monday Night Raw because that's actually where the booking and the actual like progression of all these storylines kind of culminated with the Wyatt family. What the fuck is the deal with the Wyatt family right now?
They're under the like tutelage of Paul Heyman. That's the important part about the pay-per-view that I think I have nailed. Like, I really hope I have it correct. Which, Paul Heyman, when he was in his stupid cherry picker that took 20 minutes to get to the ring, like, he was screaming at CM Punk, and he was screaming, "I'm the devil!" And then, for the Wyatts to be like, "The devil made me do it the next night," like, that can't be coincidence.
Well,
or it could be really bad writing, and they forgot that Paul Heyman even said it. Whoop.
I mean,
Typical WWE.
Well,
I mean, that's always a possibility, but that seems too planned.
They pulled a Chris Benoit on the Paul Heyman storyline.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, man.
Paul Heyman, you mean Triple H and Stephanie? Absolutely.
I didn't know where you were going with that, Eddie.
And Kathryn, I have no idea what's going on.
I'm just disappointed that you guys didn't like the pay-per-view as much as I did.
Well,
Whatevs.
Jason, as the legitimate mark on this show, I mean, your thoughts on the pay-per-view?
I felt it was very clusterfucked. I think, what was there, six matches originally announced or something like that. They booted the Axel Langston match and substituted it with Ambrose and Langston, which was fine. I enjoyed that match, but it seemed like they showed up that day and was like, oh, fuck, we have like half a card already right out. Throw Fandango out there and Khali. That's pay-per-view, right? I don't know. To me, I wasn't impressed with, the overall package. It felt like what was that terrible ECW December to Dismember where it was just clusterfuck, big cage at the end, and everybody gets screwed and not seeing what they wanted to see.
Meanwhile, though, the entire audience is chanting TNA when Rob Van Dam comes in. Which, I mean, they may regret now. I mean, considering it's on the auction block, but no, I want to talk about Monday Night Raw specifically because obviously you have the Wyatt family beating down Daniel Bryan, and then you have them beating down CM Punk, which I didn't see coming. More specifically, Kane's promo, when he takes off the mask and he says, "You're screwing people over, you're messing with their livelihood. That's good for business." And he takes the mask off and he's bald again, and he says, "The monster is yours." Any thoughts on that from any three of you?
I think they just had him take his mask off just so they could put a face to the fact that did See No Evil too. That's it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because if he were to try and promote it during the time it would come out and he had a mask on, it's not good for business. And
well, here's my thought on this. Here's my thought, and it's a ridiculous thought. TV tracks worthy. What if Kane is on his way out? He's very involved politically, and obviously he's not a young guy anymore. What if that was his proverbial passing of the torch and saying that the monster could be anyone, and he does what Dustin Reynolds did with the Goldust character, where he becomes human, and it teases up the whole "I'm gonna go be Goldust on Judgment Day." What if Kane is doing something similar, where he takes the mask off and he's no longer Kane, he's now Glenn Jacobs?
Good. I thought you were gonna go like a different route and be like, and Stephanie puts on the mask and becomes Kane.
I thought you were gonna say all of a sudden Joseph Gordon-Levitt is Kane.
Oh my god. Just that image of Stephanie holding the mask with all the hair hanging off at the very end of that promo, like that was just horrific. Like, it was cringeworthy just because it was so grody and disgusting. She's literally just holding a hunk of hair with a piece of leather attached. It's like, gross.
what does that do for the character now?
Cuts its dick
Not-
off.
Nothing less than it did when he unmasked a couple of years ago. Like, he's masked and unmasked so many times now, like, recently. I mean, I'm a recent fan, and I remember him without his mask. And then before that, I still remember him with a mask. So it's like, for those of us that have now seen him, like, 4 different times, the character was dead anyways. They tried to make a run with the mask again, and it's clearly, like, it's just a pain in the ass. I don't blame him for wanting to ditch the mask again.
I mean,
I think
now,
it's...
well, now that you know, obviously, and this is no surprise to any Mark out there who watches the show, you know that's not his real hair. You know that he's been wearing a wig the whole time. Is there a significance to the wig being attached to the mask now and revealing it as Kane is still this, like, 7-foot, middle-aged man who, you know what I mean? Like, he's smarter than the average wrestler. Like, I'm curious where they're going to go with that.
They'll find some random way to screw up his backstory again, all over again. But I don't know where they could go with it since they've screwed it up so bad for so long.
Well, here's my question then. 978-276-948 at MO Commentary. Was that the final nail in the coffin for the Kane character?
If he's not
I feel like
Kane,
the
I
Kane-
don't know who he is.
I feel like the Kane character, as everybody knows him, died a long time ago. And this has been like Kane Ultralight. And now it's just no more Kane.
Basically, the moment Kane said "suck it," he wasn't really Kane anymore.
Suck it.
Suck it. Well, before that, he let out that weird guttural scream. Ah! And so,
You heard Sean.
He did hurt Sean. Sean, tell us on the doll where he touched you.
Oh, man.
at least before that, he used that whole voice box thing, and that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
but that's a stretch. Like, he wasn't a smoker.
Yeah,
They grabbed it from South Park and was like, "Here, Kane's got a voice box." Well, why? I don't know. He was burned in a fire. That's not how that works.
Well, how bad is it that you learn later on that he imagined he was burned in the fire?
Yeah.
Oh man.
And then all of a sudden, he was a teenager that went to parties. God damn it!
Did he wear the mask?
Probably. He probably went to a bunch of like eyes wide shut type of parties and all that shit.
God. Can I just say, like, I'm really tired. I've been sick all week, and now you guys have just multiplied, and I don't know how to deal with this.
That's quite all right.
You're like gremlins. Somebody got you wet and you've multiplied, and I don't know how to do it.
Whoa. Which one of us got wet?
Whoa.
Oh, God.
Fuck it.
Oh, man. Somebody feed you after midnight. I lose all responsibility for you.
Well, no. My main question, though, is the Kane character done now?
Yes.
I'd say so.
He's been done for a while. Like, they were holding on to the Kane character because they want to, not because it's still around.
Watch, they're probably going to pull this whole thing because I've read quite a few times that it seems like WWE is pulling some TNA stuff, like lifting stuff from their show and twisting it a bit and making their own original thing. Watch, now they're going to do something where all of a sudden Kane has another brother, just like Abyss. And then Kane's going to come back with glasses and looking all smart and shit. He's like, let me tell you about the government, folks.
I'm John Jacob.
I'm John Jacob. Some dude, John Cena will probably be like, John Jacob. You mean John Jacob Dingleheimer Schmidt? I'm a total face. Look at me.
It's a much shorter Tiki Garden than it was the Aganis Arena. If Jason gets into another verbal argument with a 10-year-old,
me,
I think I might be done with Marks on commentary.
God.
I went to a SmackDown taping like last year, and I'm waiting in line. And me and my buddy were talking about, maybe something about Kane or whatever. And then this kid turns around and was like, did you know that Kane didn't wear a mask? I'm like,
that happened like last year. Dumbass. Like, smack him.
This is why I'm glad that I'm not going to the show with Sean and Jason. because they would just be slapping around, Make-A-Wish cancer kids, like it was nobody's business.
God, I'm scared to go to Survivor Series with the two of you. Oh man, no offense, Sean, but I'm glad you're not going to because I don't think I can handle it.
Still time.
All right, you can, if I went like within 5 minutes with me, Eddie, and Jason, and all around each other and everything, you would probably want to leave after the first 5 minutes, and not because the product.
Yeah.
Me and Eddie are gonna sandwich you in, like.
Oh God.
I just do a JR impression all night. I don't care
I'm
where.
totally okay with that.
I would make the wrestlers hear me from wherever I would sit.
After Helen.
If they would like do anything with an announce table, I'd pull a JR heel. You broke my damn table.
I will say, like the JR like can go with anything. After Hell in a Cell, I watched it with my friend Dan at his house, and I was working on homework. And we like turned it off and just were watching Jurassic Park, and he started doing the JR voiceover to Jurassic Park, and it was amazing. It's like, oh my God, he's bitten in half. Vintage T-Rex.
He ate the damn lawyer.
Yeah, oh my God, it's hilarious. Anytime you're doing anything, like you just add the JR voice and it makes it 10 times better.
T-Rex, T-Rex, T-Rex.
Oh God.
Well, now that we've lost all focus of our show.
Yeah, this is the problem with us not having a schedule. We go off on tangents.
Yeah, it's all right.
I mean, here's the next thing. If Big Show, because Big Show made his, Presence Stone at the end of Raw, if Big Show allegedly he's going to verse Randy Orton at Survivor Series, where does that put Daniel Bryan?
In a tag with CM Punk.
Eddie, were you not listening? He can't be at Survivor Series. He's banned from WWE forever.
Watch the once before heel Vince McMahon will come back and be like, Triple H, what are you doing to my company? I hired back the Big Show and now I don't know what I'm doing again.
I mean, our prediction has already halfway come true because we said David Otunga and John Laurinaitis should come out and remind them of the Ironclad contract. David Otunga's already involved. We just need John Laurinaitis, and we've hit the hat trick.
Sean,
when is the coffee that David Otunga drinks going to come back? I'm surprised he wasn't drinking coffee out of a thermos again.
John,
I want the thermos and the bow tie, and then I want people power, and I'll be good to go.
Pro wrestlers from Harvard suck. That's all I'm saying.
Can we point out that John Vince McMahon sounds suspiciously like George C. Scott?
We're fine.
Oh God.
Or we just bring George C. Scott into Monday Night Raw.
Oh man. Oh, that'd be priceless. I wish he was dead.
Sean, if you could, George C. Scott saying tonight in this very ring.
Oh God. Well, it would have to be a build-up to the ring part. Because first he talk like this. He'd be like, tonight in this very ring.
That was the sound of Vince McMahon having a stroke.
Oh yeah. God. You could always get what the hell's his name from Family Guy? The one in the wheelchair. Who's it? Who I forget?
Oh, Joe.
Yeah. Well, you see, gonna have a couple of matches in this very ring. Yeah. You gotta see that really happy, nice guy, John Cena. Gotta do some stuff for the kids. Gonna stand up to cancer.
Clearly, Kathryn is not standing up to it.
I told you I was sick.
Then, Kane, he took his mask off. Yeah, took his mask off. Yeah. Then, next thing you know, all of a sudden it's going to be like
that thing. I don't know if anybody watched South Park the other night about the whole queefing in the face, but that was pretty goddamn funny.
Yeah.
God.
My wife, she queefed in my face.
Oh man. Sean, can you just do a full pay-per-view recap as Batman?
Yeah.
The show was bad.
And this is why we had Sean on the show.
The show.
Okay, we have to be Batman, not Ringo Starr.
Wait, did you say do Batman as Ringo Starr? Did you just say? Is that what you said?
He didn't, but I wish he did.
You did
That's
now.
really hard to do. It's just be
Can
like,
you
it's just be like, hello, I play the drums or something. Like,
is it easier to do Ringo Starr as Batman?
I'm Batman or something. I don't know. I am the knight. And where's the trigger? Swear to me, do I look like a cop?
Okay. Now I want to hear Forrest Gump as Batman.
What was that?
Forrest Gump as Batman.
Well, you know, my parents died in that very alley. The pearl necklace fell from my mama's neck. Next thing you know, I was a big bat.
Oh, goodness.
So, I have. What do we think of the John Cena Del Rio match?
There's no Law and Order to this show.
Nope.
It's gone.
Oh, God. I'm sorry, are we supposed to be talking about something?
Yeah, wrestling.
Oh, yeah, that.
Right. I don't know. Okay. Here's my story about why I'm pissed that John Cena beat Damien Sandow. Tuesday was my dad's birthday. And my dad is absolutely in love with Damien Sandow. Like, he thinks Damien Sandow is the funniest thing in the entire world. So I bought him a Damien Sandow shirt for his birthday. And what happens Monday? Cashes in the briefcase and loses. I was so pissed. WWE, you have personally ruined my dad's birthday present. So go fuck yourselves.
You ruined his birthday. The day size bigger red.
God damn it. I hate you.
I didn't hate it because I think it legitimized him finally. Because he's just been kind of like dicking around for the past couple months. And he had this awesome match with Cena. And Cena's going to SmackDown to be that guy. If you look at everything, it's like he's the SmackDown guy. He's talked about adding legitimacy back to that belt. I have no problem. Go over there, make 5 stars. Like, there's not enough young blood.
Yeah,
if Cena's in charge, go ahead, go do it.
Does Cena need to hold that belt to legitimize it? That's the problem.
That's ridiculous.
You don't have the guy on the other side that can hold the belt that Cena can compete against to draw those ratings, but,
I've heard rumors, and obviously the key word there is rumors, so take it for what you will, that they're going to try and unify both the WWE Championship and the United States one to make one big belt, and that's why they had Cena win the belt at the pay-per-view, and then they're going to do this thing with him, Daniel Bryan, and Orton, and then Cena will have the whole thing because kids love that guy. Like, oh my God. I hope that's not true because that's just ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't think you have to. I think if they were going to do that, they would have waited and then debuted their new belt. Like,
yeah, but I mean, how much longer do they have to wait to pull that trigger?
I don't know. I think Cena having it is a good move. I think it adds legitimacy back to it. Let him hold it. It's been dicking around on opening matches for pay-per-views for years. They could, not next month, but maybe, what is it? TLC. Cena could main event that with the World Heavyweight title if you have the right opponent, but...
Do you think at this point, if the heavyweight title was the main event, do you think, even if it's John Cena, at this point to have the heavyweight title be the main event, I feel like it would be, such a disappointment and a letdown. I feel like a lot of people would get upset because the belt is absolutely nothing. I mean, they can build up to maybe it meaning something, but I don't think they can do that as soon as TLC.
I'm just saying.
A lot of the belts really haven't meant anything for a while. That's why I was so damn happy when Goldust and Cody became the tag champions, because it was like, hey, I actually, I'm excited that we have this tag team now. When the guys from the Shield have it, I didn't give 2 shits because I was already my excitement for the Shield had already worn its welcome. They're just like, okay, they're these guys that are carrying these things around. They're supposed to be unstoppable, but then that went to shit.
Right, and then there was also nobody who could go up against them, and that's really been the problem with a lot of the belts, is that the top guys have been holding the belts, and then like the next people below them are so far below them that like any title run for them would be so would feel so wrong. It would seem so illegitimate. So like I totally agree. Like that totally refreshed that belt because there's finally a tag team that you're like, all right, well, they were actually contenders. Like we felt like they could actually win them, and then they did. And now there's like a couple of tag teams that are right up there at the same level. I mean, they pushed the Usos up. They're pushing the Real Americans right now. So it seems a little bit more legitimized in that division. The heavyweight title isn't even close to that yet. I mean,
they just need
Del
to get
Rio
it away
was crap, and they can't give it back to Del Rio, or even have. I think if Del Rio turned around and tried to get the title back right now, so many people would be so angry because like it just sucks so bad.
It is his destiny to carry that title.
Like, shut up. Such a horrible character.
That's my next question. Where do you go with Del Rio from here?
Hopefully
developmental.
Tag team. I've been saying it since after WrestleMania. Give him somebody.
But who would you pair him with?
I don't know, but it doesn't matter. You take somebody on that level that he was. Who's another former world heavyweight champion just kind of kicking rocks in the backstage? It's got to be one. I'm trying to think of somebody.
Zack Ryder.
What would that? What?
Well, it's not having. Well, it kind of has to do with Del Rio. Did you see on Main Event, Los Matadores faced Los Locales, which we were talking about last week, is Ricardo Rodriguez and I believe it's Tyson Kidd as two masked wrestlers. So that's someone else entering the tag division.
Nice.
But I was thinking about it because you meant Del Rio and tag teams. But I don't know. There's just no one that you could pair with Del Rio. I feel like that he would have a good dynamic with.
I mean, it's the El Broski.
No, we have to hold out for Celtic Broskies.
Well, we'll go bilingual with that shit. We'll go El Broskies.
You know who I've been really glad hasn't been on TV for a while? I've been really happy that they haven't been on there. Sheamus.
He's hurt.
Hey, fuck you.
Nope. I don't like Sheamus at all. Listen, fella. Look, I can talk like this, fella. Look at me with my pasty white skin, fella. Look at my hair.
His pasty white skin is gorgeous, and so is his ginger hair.
Oh,
shut your mouth.
I just hate that they present characters where it's like, hey, I'm from Ireland, and all I do is walk around with Irish stuff on me. I guarantee if you go...
look at my shillelagh.
Like Americans just walk around with American flag draped over them all day.
I think you should come out with a Broski Strong flag.
I'm still holding out hope for Celtic Broskies. I think if Sheamus comes back and they pair him with Zack Ryder, I think that's excellent. I think that would work. It's my favorite tag team idea I've ever had, and we're good to go.
Jeez, let's get you a job with creative.
Thank you.
You'd be raking in all these new kids to watch the show. I know I would tune in every week.
Oh man.
Speaking of guys not on TV, did you see Mark Henry's new do or lack thereof?
Yeah.
Are we seriously talking about Mark Henry?
Yeah, we're seriously talking about Mark Henry.
We're going there. This show's off the tracks anyway, so.
I think it looks weird, but I've never been a fan of the bald with the big beard look.
Excuse me, we have a guest here. We're ignoring him.
Girls first, thank you. Ladies first, always.
Batman, how do you feel about Sexual Chocolate's new haircut?
I like it. It's nice and smooth. So smooth. Reminds me of Smooth Justice.
Literally, you just came up with my new favorite tag team, Smooth Justice.
Smooth Justice.
But who would that be?
Batman.
The big boss man.
All right, I'll give you a shovel and a flashlight, and we'll dig him up.
Aww.
It is Halloween after all.
This is terrible. Can we cut that part out?
Nope.
Oh God.
That's my big show. You're a bastard.
Man. I'm still sitting here trying to figure out who I would pair Del Rio with.
No, actually, I have an idea for tonight's show. Because I have in front of me a Ouija board.
Oh shit.
Oh God.
I'm gonna see if we could talk to some dead wrestlers.
Oh no!
But it's just you. You're gonna move it.
It's okay. I'm gonna move it.
I trust him.
I don't.
I
met Eddie before.
I would really like to talk to Macho Man and ask him about the future of the product. Macho Man, Randy Savage. What do you think about the future of the product, Macho Man? I know you hear me. Where you at, Macho Man?
God, are we really doing this right now? We're listening to Eddie have a seance with Macho Man.
I know Macho
Woo,
Man.
yeah, Eddie. I hear you trying to get. Talking to me from the east. What do you want? I'm like the cream of the crop. I'm coming up from the top of you. Oh, yeah.
Macho Man, I know George C. Scott is up there with you. If I could ask George C. Scott, main event Survivor Series. Up there somewhere. Is that you, George?
I'm George, Eddie. What was the question?
Who would you have main event Survivor Series in Boston?
I got nothing.
Oh God.
If we are recording Halloween, I did try.
Oh God, that was frightening.
This is a great
What am I
bit.
gonna do with these people?
Well, you're going to Survivor Series with us, so you can figure it out then.
Not to mention, I'm gonna be like stuck in the car with you for 2 days, Eddie. I don't know how this is gonna work.
Eddie, you eat a lot of Taco Bell.
Oh God.
Did you say Snuggleville?
No.
Snuggleville.
Taco Bell, what?
What kind of Mexican restaurants are you going to, Eddie?
Clearly, we're going to Snuggleville.
Shit.
Oh man.
We're an hour and a minute into the show, so.
That's alright.
Hold on.
Hold on, I kind of want to get another opinion. It is our very special Halloween show. It is a very special Halloween show. I want to get someone in on this who knows nothing about wrestling.
Oh God.
If she even answers, I have no idea. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll give you a topic. Monday Night Raw.
Thanks.
Isn't there supposed to be more than that? Like Monday Night Raw, it's neither Monday nor Raw, but it was Monday.
Thank you for picking up where the bit left off.
Except that it didn't work at all. Now I'm just confused. Because it was Monday.
I don't even want to read this article. When the title of an article says John Cena talks about pooping his pants in the ring.
I was going to talk about that.
I will say, pooping your pants stories wrestling are some of the funniest things ever.
Hey, Brent Thornton confirmed that John Cena did in fact shit his pants in the ring.
Wow.
Did he?
Well, then that's the best thing John Cena has ever done in his entire career.
I have seen a lot of interviews with indie guys that have admitted to like pooping themselves in a ring. Like Cole Cabana admitted to pooping himself right before he had like to wrestle in front of like the higher ups for WWE.
I did see
and
that.
Then,
and we all know the story about Psycho Sid pooping his pants from the tombstone.
That's legend.
And then Sammy Callahan apparently pooped himself really bad one time when he got I think it was superplexed by Moxley. Dean Ambrose.
Hold on, I don't know the Sid Vicious Psycho Sid story. What happened?
Oh, it was Undertaker versus Psycho Sid at what pay-per-view
13. WrestleMania 13,
yeah.
I think.
WrestleMania 13. It was for the title, wasn't it?
Yeah. The main event.
Well, anyway, long story short, Undertaker set up Psycho Sid for the tombstone, and I guess once it happened, kind of pooped his pants.
Now, was it a shark or was it like oh man, I forgot to go before I got out here?
I don't know. I wonder how many people who listen to this are going to go onto YouTube and like pause it there and like look for like the shit spot on Sid's trunks.
Probably way too many.
If you see that, give us a shout out.
at Tempo Commentary on Twitter. If you see Psycho Sid shitting his pants, Kathryn will give you something out of her closet.
No.
Jason,
Take a screenshot of it and send it to Eddie.
If you send it to me, man, you're gonna get something out of my closet, and it's not gonna be pleasant.
Well, apparently there's also I don't know if you guys ever heard the story about Andre the Giant having diarrhea during a 6-man tag while sitting on, and he was sitting on Bad News Brown's face.
Oh.
That's just like that's the setup right there. Andre trying to have diarrhea right before sitting on Bad News Brown's face.
Oh God, that's great. Why are we talking about poop?
John Cena pooped himself.
This show has been so like all over the place.
Yep.
Well,
it involves wrestling. So
what's our countdown before Survivor Series? How many weeks do we have?
Of doing the show?
I don't know.
Well, just till we go to the show.
I don't know. Check our calendar.
I think we're up
the
to
calendar's
24, 25 right now.
Now, again, that you would like to co-host Marks on Commentary, make a sign. If you want to make a Ouija board and contact Randy Savage while at the pay-per-view, I'm all for it. If you'd like to leave a shout-out to either George C. Scott or Batman, I'm all for it.
We do have a couple of important things that we need to cover before we scoot.
What is this?
Like, we need to remind people that we have a guest on next week.
Holy shit, we have a guest on next week?
Yes. Oh my God.
this is my first show, and I'm laughing at the fact that Eddie doesn't know anything about this.
Eddie doesn't know jack shit. All right, next week we have a guest. Next Thursday we're gonna have Firebrand Brian Fury. He is a local indie wrestler, and he is also the owner and trainer at New England Pro Wrestling Academy in Massachusetts.
Right. I challenged him to if he comes on the show and we get enough listens, if we get more than enough listens, I, as Piranha Man, will wrestle a match.
Yeah, that was the stupidest thing you've ever done. Yeah. But so he is our guest next week. Please send us Twitter questions, Facebook questions. Send us plenty of questions for him. We'll get him to answer anything you ask.
And hashtag that bitch with Piranha Man.
Oh God, please don't. And then just throwing it out there as well. Thursday, December 5th is going to be our next guest after Brian Fury, and that is going to be Biff Busick. He wrestles locally, and he also wrestles for CZW, Combat Zone Wrestling. He's one of my favorite wrestlers. So that's going to be the 5th. So make sure you send us questions for him as well.
Can I ask him about Piranha Man?
No.
Okay.
Piranha Man is off the table, my dear.
Well, shit.
What about Batman? Batman.
Batman can do whatever the hell he wants. He's Batman.
That's true. Batman is Batman. He can't. So if he's, you know what? No, I'm gonna get my buddy Batman to verbally wrestle the guy.
God. What we should do is we should have Batman call and leave a voicemail for next week.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I want to have a personal interview. It's gonna be called Batman on Batman.
Oh God.
If you ever listen to the Stone Cold podcast, he does this awesome episode where Steve Austin interviews Stone Cold. It's fucking genius.
Oh man.
And to add on top of that, he should interview Stone Cold E.T. That'd be awesome.
That's awesome.
Are we? Oh God.
Kathryn, do you have any other announcements?
Make sure you check out our blog. It's marksonblogging.blog.com.
Don't read.
Follow us on Twitter. It's at MO Commentary. Email us if you have any good ideas for other guests for us to have on. We're looking to book for January. Or actually, the best thing to do is to send them messages on Twitter and Twitter shame them into coming on our show. It seems to work phenomenally.
Yeah, because Gangrel was an amazing guest.
Well, Gangrel is the only one who that hasn't worked out so far for. But that's because apparently he decided he doesn't like us.
Can I come on the show as Gangrel?
No.
What would you do? How would you be Gangrel?
let's not
Like,
burn that bridge entirely yet.
Hold on. I'm on my Ouija board still, and I just contact the spirit of JFK. JFK, what would I ask Gangrel? Will be my first question.
This is going downhill very quickly.
Pretty sure you can't contact JFK when most of his head's like not part of his body. So. Just saying.
Okay, when my co-hosts are mostly drunk, and then like I'm just really sick and have no control over what's going on, I apologize.
I'm inebriated by coffee. Okay.
That's just
I haven't had a drink today. I had a drink last night, so it doesn't count.
I'm gonna end the show the same way we've ended the last few shows with I'm sorry on behalf of Jason and Eddie, partially Sean, mostly me.
You're welcome.
I'd like to apologize for the state of the show. Batman doesn't have to apologize because he's fucking Batman.
I think
everybody else is really sorry.
I think Batman should offer a formal apology on behalf of Jason and I.
Hey, this is Batman. I'm apologizing on behalf of Eddie and Jay. They like to talk a good game, but you know what? They're not Batman.
Oh, man.
On that note.
We talked about nothing.
We have accomplished absolutely nothing this week.
This hasn't been Mark's on Commentary. I'm Eddie Brophy.
I'm Jason Smith.
I'm Kathryn.
And
I'm Sean.
You're Batman.
And I'm Batman.
And where's Macho Man?
Oh, yeah, goodbye.
Who else was on the show tonight?
I don't know. I'm sure we can find any comments.
Forrest Gump was on.
That's right. I'm about to say goodbye now. I'm sorry I wrecked your commentary.